This year's election, which will happen in Ghana here on the 7th of December, will help us to, determine the sanity of Ghanaians. Now, let me say it again. This year's election will help to determine the sanity of Ghanaians. It will help us to know how many mad people we have here in Ghana. And then I will break it down for you. Usually, when people are well dressed, they are neat, wearing a suit, or wearing, any normal attire, neatly ironed, not dirty, we think that, they are normal. But then, that's a fallacy. Welcome to the channel. My name, as always, Don Smart. Now, if you're watching me for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe, comment respectfully. Yes, usually, when I do these videos, there will be some idiots who would come at me. Don't worry, you can come at me, but then be rest assured, I'll give it to you in equal measure and beyond, and then you would even regret that you were born. So yes, just come at me if you want. Also, you can comment respectfully. Of course, we all don't have the same views, so we agree to disagree. That's fine. Share this video too, and again, very important to me, subscribe. Charlie, I'm not a gentleman at all. Now, why am I saying that this year's election will help to, the sanity of Ghanaians? Yes, so back in 2012 and 2016, now we had a candidate who was like, the SWA government were incompetent. They were very corrupt, and that, Ghanaians, give us the power, and that we'll do differently, will help to improve the country and take the country to a higher level. But then one thing we forgot to ask is that, where would you take us? Because he said what? We need a change. But then one thing we forgot, again, as I said, to ask that man was that change that you said would bring, is it positive or negative? Little did we know that, he was bringing us a negative change. That's fine. Now, those same people, Dr. Bawumia, and then his boss were like, KK, which was sold for 1 cedi, was too expensive. And that when they come into office, they would reduce it, they'll bring it down to maybe 80 pesos or even 50 pesos or even 20 pesos. They were like, things are too expensive. And that Dr. Bawumia, whose breakfast was the incompetent mahama, that's what he eats morning, afternoon, and evening. Yes, incompetent mahama. That's what he eats. In fact, Bawumia was like, as someone who has worked in the Bank of Ghana before, of course, if you want to run a country, you don't have to borrow money to run a country, and that all you have to do to raise money is to toe the various rules that we have, and you get so much money to be able to run the economy and then in the country in general. In fact, he and his boss were like, would move from taxation to production. Little did we know that they were bringing us, or they were moving us from taxation to taxation times 1 billion to the power 1 trillion. Okay, now let's dive right into today. Today, KK is selling for 5 cedis. I've heard that some people are even selling it for 7 cedis. Back in the day, they were like, the dollar under mahama. In fact, Dr. Bawumia, as I said, was calling him the incompetent mahama. Was saying that, the dollar was 4 cedis, and that when they come into office, it would go down drastically, and that's, because the fundamentals were weak back then. That was why, the cedi was, losing its value, was depreciating. Now, this man comes into office, and then a dollar to a cedi, or a cedi to a dollar, is now 15 Ghana cedis plus, going to 16 Ghana cedis. These people have introduced so many taxes. Businesses have left. Global, so many businesses, which I think I will dive into in my subsequent videos as we go on, to show you that businesses under this government, have collapsed or have left because they cannot deal. Not to even talk of the local businesses that have shut down because of the high cost of items in the country. Could you imagine that, Gary is now 28 Ghana cedis. Gary back in the day was around 7 cedis, 8 cedis. If it's at gone very high, safe down like maybe 15 Ghana cedis. But then it wouldn't go to 28 plus. Key soap, which almost like 3 years ago, it was like 2021 thereabouts, which was around 9 cedis. I'm buying it for 20 Ghana cedis and then 22 Ghana cedis. Rice, I think millicents, which was around 60, 70 cedis, is now 87. That was like in the last 2 months. Last month, I bought one and then it was 97 Ghana cedis. I'm sure when I go back next week or so to go and buy, it will be over 100 Ghana cedis. Now my point is, this same bawumia who says that, he's the better and best manager of the economy, today he's here saying that Ghanaians should vote for him. And then he's saying that, things are going very well. That I think I heard Chamahun to me and then Napo saying that, Ghana is even better than the UK. And I'm like, oh, really? Are these guys okay? Are their minds working? I get surprised when people keep defending these people. Like, are you guys okay? Are you normal? Because things that we used to buy back then, the prices have about doubled, tripled, and you are telling me that you are a better manager of the economy and that Ghanaians should vote for you? It's only a madman or mad people that would go on the 7th of December and then, vote for bawumia. That is someone who is in the government, okay? Now, what he's now saying is that, my government is in power. But when my government comes into power, things will get better. I'm like, seriously? So, that knowledge or that skill that you use to make things better when you become president, why don't you implement those skills to make the lives of Ghanaians better? Because people are crying. Like, people can't deal anymore. And sometimes I wonder how we as Ghanaians survive. So Ghanaians, sit down, think about it. How things are. Do you want things to remain as badly as it is? Because currently under this government, children who are yet to be born, their lives have been shattered already. Current ones, their future, their present is destroyed, their future has also been destroyed. And then old people who have worked so hard, whose future is now, has also been destroyed. Like, this is a government that does not care about anyone, but all they care about is looting and destroying the country. And could you imagine that old people would have to go and then queue at the finance ministry demanding for their monies? Like, they did investment with the government, and the government cannot pay them. They have to go and beg and picket at the finance ministry for their own money. It's the first time this is happening. And then Bawumia, who is the head of the economic management team, and then Ofoyata and then Akuffoaddo have destroyed the economy and the country so badly. Before I forget, let me add the Bank of Ghana governor too, who have destroyed the country so badly. Bawumia is saying that, bring me to office and that when I come, I will do magic and everything will be okay. Like, seriously? Someone who was shouting that, the SR government was incompetent. You come into office, you do this, and then you want, no. So, Ghanaians, I think this year's election, if Bawumia wins, will help us to know how many mad people we have in the country. Because you can't tell me things are going badly, you go and vote for Bawumia to become president again. Nah, bro. Maybe you've lost your sense or you don't have brain in your head. Because if you have a brain in your head, you won't go on the 7th of December and then vote for Bawumia, who has destroyed the country with his boss, Akuffoaddo. I think these two, Akuffoaddo and then Bawumia, are fraudsters. Why am I saying so? Because they promised Ghanaians that they'll make Ghana better than how the SR government was doing. They come into office and they've even made Ghana even worse. And now people are leaving the country like someone is chasing them. Like, things are not right. And instead of Bawumia and then his boss to, apologize to Ghanaians and say that, we thought that things would be fine. And we did not know that, we were incompetent. In fact, these same people, I think there was a video that Dr. Bawumia, a PhD holder, was mentioning the members of his economic management in what? Savomavo, what Alandre Mandin, Professor Jambafo. And Bawumia is the head, don't forget, is the head of the economic management team. Bro, wise up. The dollar has gone haywire. So you have money, let's say 50,000 cedis, and the money has gone down through no fault of yours. But because of high inflation and then incompetence of Bawumia and his boss, Akuffoaddo. For Akuffoaddo and Bawumia, I think these guys live on an island. In fact, all of his ministers and his MPs, they are not in touch with the reality. That's why they keep defending and saying that Bawumia can do a better job. No, don't be deceived. Bawumia is a no-no. Should he come into office, the country would even go down the drain. I mean, the country would enter into a bottomless pit. So vote wisely. Our present, our future has been destroyed by this incompetent Akuffoaddo and Bawumia. Alright, now let me end there. But then leave your comments in the comment section below. I, for once, think that Ghanaians are wise people. But if you go and vote for Bawumia, of course, it will show that you are a mad person. You are a madman who psychiatrist cannot help you. Even God would even refuse to help you because He's giving you a brain to think. Okay, now let me end it. Again, don't forget to like this video, comment as well, share this video, and very important to me, subscribe.